everybody, my name's Crystal. Welcome to my channel. This is Dorito. She's also probably going to be in most of this video because she will not leave me alone. This is my life. She was just a minute ago sitting right about here, which she's never done before, but now that she's going to be on camera, she knows. But welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal, like I said, and I'm doing a 2016 favorite videos. These are my favorite to watch. You probably have not heard of me because I have a very tiny channel that I haven't posted anything in like 6 months because I don't have a camera. But I thought, fuck it, I've got a laptop, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be poor quality and it's gonna be great. Also, this is my beautiful setup. This is my firewood for fires. We are moving, and I thought that I was going to be in a better place, but there are boxes everywhere, so this is the prettiest. So you're welcome. But let's get into it because I have a lot of beauty favorites because I'm a little bit of a beauty addict, and I'm probably going to talk for a while, and I'm really sorry in advance. But I thought I would start with palettes because I have 4. I didn't expect to have 4 palettes that I would put in a favorites video, but I do, and I'm sorry, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. The first, as anyone can guess, the Modern Renaissance. I absolutely love this. I mean, look at it. In most of the videos that I've watched, this has been featured. It's got the pinky shades, it's got perfect neutrals. It's just such a great palette. It has a bit of pickup. It's a little bit powdery, but it blends beautifully. You can just do so many looks with this, and it's gorgeous. The packaging, I don't hate, but I don't love. I've been really lucky that mine, it's like a felty kind of package. Mine hasn't got dirty yet, but I feel like if I traveled with this, it would be a mess. And I don't know if you can see on my shitty camera, but there's like a lot of powder. Don't mind my camera setup. I know you're not supposed to show the mirror, but there's no lighting, so get over it. But there's a lot of powder on the mirror. It's a little bit messy, but I don't really care because I don't have many palettes that have these shades. And you can do cranberries. There's like the mauves, this Realger, I don't know how to say this one, but this orangey shade is everything for the crease. I haven't used it as a lid shade yet. I love this palette. I've raved about this palette, and to my friends, not to YouTube. This is my first time raving to YouTube, but I think it's amazing. It's definitely worth it. I think it's beautiful. And palette number 2, this isn't really in any order at all, but this is just the one that was closest to me that I haven't heard as many people be obsessed with, but I really like it. A lot of my friends are, but I haven't heard it as much on YouTube, but it's the Lorac Mega Pro 3. I feel like it's a little douchey to put this in here because it was limited edition. I don't think you can get it anymore, but I've used it quite a bit. There's just a ton of shades, and obviously the Lorac does the half matte, half shimmers, and I thought these were really nice quality. They were pigmented. They had kind of the more mauve tones that I've been loving in this year, but they also have like some blue. They have some really icy tones. Like not everything has, what is it called? Glacier and Mist. These 2 right here. Those are just really icy shades that I feel like not a lot of palettes have. It has nice blacks. I don't know. I actually really liked this. The Lorac formulas aren't always my favorite, but I really liked this palette. I've skipped on most of the other ones, but the Lorac Mega Pro 3, worth it. I'm sorry for saying that if you're one of the few people who will watch this and you haven't got it. I mean, it's worth it. You can't really see. I'm using natural lighting right now, and it actually snowed outside, which is very rare for this part of the world. I'm in Washington in the Seattle area, and so we don't get a lot of snow here, so it's a little bit different lighting, which is another reason why I'm here. It's kind of washing out the colors a little bit, but just take my word for it. It's really pretty. I like it a lot, and I think it's definitely worth it if you get it as a gift or if for some reason it comes back. I would get it. I think it's really pretty. And then this is kind of the last palette, but I threw in one more because I thought it wasn't fair to do this one on its own. I love this palette. It's the Peach palette, and I feel like people have been raving over this. They've been loving it. kind of. It's mostly the scent. It's mostly that it came back, that people have been excited. But there are, like, it's not the best palette. It's not going to be featured in everybody's favorites because, I mean, it's gorgeous. It is pretty good quality. And it's like very peachy. I've been wearing it a lot. I'm wearing it today and I really like it. I don't love the purple. For the first time, I put purple on my bottom lash line because I was like, peach and purple, let's go for it. But the quality wasn't great. But that being said, I've loved this palette for a couple months when I got it, and I think it is worth it. But that being said, I just mostly love it because of the color palette. The peachy, pinky, I feel like is hard to find. I mean, not now that it's become popular, probably because of the original Too Faced Sweet Peach, but I just love this palette. It does smell like peaches. It doesn't smell like real peaches. It smells like Peachios. And I love Peachios, and I love it, and part of me loves the novelty of it. I love the packaging. It's cute. I kind of want to try the lip oils, but I like this palette because it's fun. It's a perfect everyday palette for me. I'm very, very pale, and I really kind of like just a sweet, peachy, sweet peach thing right over everything eyeshadow. That's what I'm trying to say. It just works really well for me. But this is where the fourth palette comes in, is the Laura Violet Voss. Now, I love these shades. It's something that I can use every day. I mostly stick in the top few rows in this side. I tried Smashly with my blue eyes. It looked a little crazy, but I'm hoping to try it again. The thing about this palette is, I don't know, I've never been a huge fan of Violet Voss's formula, I guess you could say. I think the mattes are a little bit patchy. I think that like Tickled Pink and Larly, these two right here, they're shimmery. They're the ones that I've touched the most. I think they're really pretty, and they're kind of like the peachy pink that I've been looking for this year. But I mean, the quality is good, but mostly the reason why I'm putting it with the Sweet Peach is because this doesn't have the darker peachy tones like these two right here. Mama Bird and Ragamuffin, and I guess Peach Pot, Pris Pot. I'm sorry I keep saying peach. I've been saying it a lot and it's happening. But I've been using those to compensate for the darker peach tones that this one doesn't have. So I'll go in for the crease with Peaches and Cream and Georgia, and then there's just not enough crease unless I'm going to put a brown shade in there. So that's when I go in. I go to the Laura Lee palette, which I got, and then I'll kind of darken it up, and that way I actually have a crease. And then I can go finish up with the other one, the peach palette. Like, this is a great palette. I did love it. I got it because I love watching Laura Lee. I think she's cute. I think she's fun. And I bought it because I wanted to support her. I really do think that if I buy and support financially a YouTuber, they can keep doing things that I enjoy watching. And I mean, it was not a lot of money. I think I got it for like $30. And at the time, I had that money. Like, I bought the Kathleen Lights one for like $12. I bought that Manny MUA one. And another one I'll show you in here in just a second. But I enjoy those. I like the color range. The quality with this one wasn't where I wanted it to be in the favorites on its own. But I don't blame her for that. I mean, it's a Violet Voss formula that I'm just not the biggest fan of. But I really do love her color choices. And it's really cutely named, like Pris Pot. I think that's adorable. So this actually got a little bit of a mention. Thank you, Laura Lee and Violet Voss, for that. But I really did like it, and I thought that was worth mentioning because I kind of substitute it for the other one. Now I'm going to go with other makeup face stuff. Let's start with blushes. I have two blushes that I've been using a lot. One of them I love the formula of, and I cannot get enough of. The other, I just like the color of it, not so much the formula. So Baby Love by Too Faced. I love it. My person calls me Baby Love, so I'm a little bit biased, but I'm a huge blush person, and it's just a very everyday, beautiful blush. You can't tell you're wearing anything on your cheeks. Even days when I'm doing almost no makeup, I'll put a teeny bit on, make me look a little bit more alive, less corpse-like. I really like it. I think it's so pretty, and it's worth it to me. The other one that I love is by Urban Decay. I love the packaging. I think it's really pretty. And it's like, what is it called? It's called Score. It's an orangey, peachy, I guess that's kind of the theme of this entire thing, but orangey peachy tone. And this is another one that just looks very natural on me. The little bit more pink one over here. It looks very natural. It's a little bit powdery for me, and I think in the pan there's glitter flecks. They don't transfer on my cheeks though. I just think it looks really pretty. I like it a lot. I don't know. I feel like it just is another very natural one for me. I have a lot of blushes. They're probably my favorite makeup item, but they just work really well for me. So those are the two that I reach for the most often, and so I thought I'd have to give them a shout out. The next one is probably going to be a bronzer. This is the only one I really use because it is so... That was my cat. But I use the Too Faced, and this is the Milk Chocolate. It's not too ashy tone. It's just very pretty. I've hit pan on it. I don't hit pan on a lot of things, but this one works for me. It doesn't make me look too orange. Most bronzers make me look really, really orange, and so I love this one, and I'm hoping... I like the smell of chocolate. I don't like actual chocolate, but I love the smell of chocolate. I think I just like it when my makeup smells good, and I just love it for no reason. But this one is just kind of my everyday. I have other bronzers. I don't touch them. I just use this. Benefit is coming out with a new Hoola light. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's going to be literally a light, more cool toned Hoola, and I'm so excited for that because the Hoola bronzer is too dark for me, too orange tone, and I can't use it, so I'm excited for that. And there's another brand. I can't think of it off the top of my head. That's another one that I'm so excited for. Maybe I'll remember and put it in the description box. Go read it. And let me see. Highlighters. Okay, so I have two that I use more than anything else. Oh no, I have three and I forgot to mention the other one. I'm sorry, I'll mention it. I won't show you, but I'll mention it. But this is another collab that I was talking about. Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. I love this palette so much. I love the Becca formula for pretty much anything, and this one's in a lot of favorites. It is the 3 blushes, the 2 highlighters. It's just absolutely stunning. I love Becca blushes. They're a little bit patchy, but I find that you can work through that, and they're so pigmented. They're beautiful. The one that I use most is probably, which one is it called? Oh no. Rosé Spritz. It's a little bit like, it's got a sheen, it's got a little bit of glitter. This one is backwards. Oh, that's Frito. That's the other attention whore. So I'm sorry for my cats. But I love Rosé Spritz. I think it's really, really pretty. It doesn't come off glittery. It comes off with a nice sheen. It looks very natural. And then also, I love Prosecco Pop so much. It's very goldy. I actually mix the two of them together. I don't know if you're going to be able to see with my lighting. I'm going to try. But there's both of them. There's champagne and there's Prosecco. I mix them together and I think it's just so pretty. It's the exact look that I'm looking for usually. I do a really light hand with them unless there's days that I just want to be a little bit more dramatic, in which I'll go a little bit crazy. But the other one that I'll mix it with is actually Ofra. I've talked about this before in like the one video that I've done. It was a favorites. I just find them easy because you can just talk. But it's called You Glow Girl. It's a very, very icy highlight. I'm going to do a swatch. It's like almost pinky gray. This is kind of one that I'll do on its own. It's really pigmented to the point that's a little bit crazy. And I have to have a really light hand with my cats. But I'll mix that with Champagne Pop, and I absolutely love the mix that it gives. It's not too goldy, it's not too cool, it's just very nice on my skin tone, and those are probably my two favorite together. Also, a shout out to Moonstone by Becca. If you can't tell, I love Becca highlighters, but Moonstone is another really pretty one. I accidentally bought the cream version instead of the powder, which made me kind of sad, so I just didn't touch it for a couple months, and then I went in when I wasn't feeling either of these guys, and I was like, let's try it. I used it with a wet beauty blender, and it really worked for me. So that one I kind of love as well. It's very natural. I do it with a light hand, so you can barely tell I'm wearing anything. I just think it's worth it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Next, let's go primers, because these are, my cats are insane. These are my two favorite primers right now. I actually use them both, which is, I think, a little bit excessive. That's my cat. So I use this one. It's the Becca highlighter. This is a very Becca themed video. That's okay. It's the Backlight filming priming filter primer. That's what I'm trying to say. And it doesn't have too much of a sheen to it. I feel like it has that nice sticky, tacky feel without being too sticky. And it just holds my makeup on really well. I mean, I guess you can see a little bit of a glow, kind of. I only use it on my cheeks and my nose because I feel like those aren't my problem spots. I use this on the other spots. So I use this on my chin and on my forehead because I noticed that they get kind of dry. They look a little oily in this lighting. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm lying to you. But it's the It Cosmetics Serum Collagen Veil. I was given this. And I don't know, I just really love it. I feel like it's so hydrating. It feels like I'm putting a moisturizer on, but I don't know if it necessarily holds my makeup or makes it last all day, but those are places that I'm not as worried about it. But it doesn't give me dry patches. It takes those away. Even after I do my moisturizer, sometimes, like, I don't know, I have very dry spots on my skin and it just takes care of it. I love the feeling of it. I'll also put this on my neck just because it feels really nice and I like the feeling. And I needed to give both of these guys a little bit of love because I use them every single day, sometimes even when I'm not wearing foundation because it feels so good on my skin. I'll use this one, but this one might make me look a little bit greasy, but sometimes I don't really care about that. Okay, so then foundation after I go in with my primer is going to be Lancome. That's how Jaclyn Hill says it, and I love it, so I'm doing it. Don't judge me. But the Teint Idole Ultra 24-hour makeup, I don't know. It has SPF 15, which I'm absolutely in love with, but I just noticed that every time I wore this when I first bought it, people would ask me, hey, what's on your skin? You look great. Like, what are you wearing? What do you do for skincare? Like, they would just compliment me on my skin, and I noticed, oh my God, my cats are insane. But it was all the days that I was wearing this. I feel like when this first came out, a lot of people on YouTube were talking about it like, yeah, it has a really nice finish. And then they started talking about other things, but I'm still on this. I have other ones that I love, but nothing really makes me feel as confident or as comfortable as this. I use it with a wet beauty blender, and I would say it has medium to full coverage, but I try to sheer it out and do the whole thing over my entire face, because I just don't feel like I want a really thick foundation, which is why I like it. And it looks really nice. My shade is 210 Buff in neutral. This is me. Can you see it? I'm pretty pale, but I also think I'm being a little bit whitewashed. So, this is probably pretty accurate, actually. I'm really pale. But I love this foundation. It looks really pretty. I can make one last for a few months. I'm actually towards the bottom of this one. I think I probably have 2 or 3 weeks left. I will repurchase. It's just my favorite right now. It's worth it, and I kind of like it. And that is it for makeup. I now have some skincare, a couple of hair things. I don't have too much left, actually. No, I'm probably going to talk about skincare for a while. I'm going to be real with you. So, number 1, I'm going to go with my cleanser. This one's closest to me, and this is only one of my cleansers. I'm very much into the double cleanse at night, and this is only my morning cleanser, but it's Honest Beauty. It is their Refreshingly Clean Gel Cleanser. It lathers, which I've never been a fan of. I don't like lathering cleansers, but I feel like it leaves me feeling very, very clean. Obviously, I mean, it's called Refreshingly Clean, and it works for me really well. But I feel like lathering strips your skin. There's usually alcohol. There's just a lot of things I don't like. But this one, I mean, Honest Beauty, I've become a huge fan of. It's all natural. They don't have any of the gross ingredients. And I feel like I'm clean without being overly dried. So this is my favorite gel cleanser. And I use it every single morning. After this is by Dermalogica. Bloop, bloop. It's their daily micro exfoliant. It's a powder. And what you do is you get your hands wet, and I do this first thing when I wake up. So you get your hands wet, you pour a little bit of powder into your hands, and then you kind of rub it around, and you rub your face, your dry face, and it kind of makes like a really weird kind of paste. And then I usually rub that as much as I can until it gets a little bit too crumbly, and then I get my hands a little bit more wet. I continue for about a minute. This is a really, really gentle exfoliator. so I can use it every single day. I have not too sensitive skin. I feel like everybody lies and they're like, I have such sensitive skin, but I have fairly sensitive skin to a lot of different exfoliators. This one is not one of them. I love this stuff. It's amazing. I would give it a try. I give everybody it for Christmas. There's those little versions at Ulta. I got them all this because I think that it's amazing and I wanted them to try it. So I do that, then you rinse off, and then your face is a little bit exfoliated. And then I do this, and it's amazing. And I love that first thing in the morning. Also, Dermalogica is coming out with, I think this week they're launching it, this one's called Daily Micro Exfoliant. I don't remember what it's called, but it's going to have something. Oh my God, that's my cats. They almost knocked my entire laptop over, and I would have lost it. But they're coming out with a little bit more aggressive version of this that I'm probably going to get because I love this, and I would use that maybe once or twice a week, or I've been told even just mixing it in with this is just amazing, and so that's something to try. So I will be trying that. Maybe I'll do a review. Maybe I'll be better at YouTube and actually put something up for once. But those are my morning thing. And then, I don't know if you can hear this, but my cats are low-key losing their mind over there. We have our Christmas tree up, and we still have all of our presents around the tree because we were planning on moving and we didn't want to unpackage them. And so they're just like knocking everything over, and this is my life. But another thing, I'm trying to think of what to do first. Okay, so these, I've heard so many good things about this brand, and so I really wanted to try it, and this was on sale one day, and this was actually one of the things I wanted to try, so I was like, hey, it's on sale, let's try them. And these are the Kakadu C Intensive Vitamin C Peel Pads, and they also have ferulic acid and vitamin E. So these are pretty intense, and they're like $70-something for the box, which is insane. But I got it for $40 because Ulta was having a sale, and I thought, yes, let's do it. But they're these little pads. My cat is inside the tree right now. I've never seen him inside the tree. But okay, these are little pads, and it's like basically an acid peel. So you rip out the little pad, you put it all over your clean face, dry face. I put it on my face, my neck, my chest area, and then on my hands as well. And you're supposed to let it sit for about 3 minutes, and then you're supposed to rinse it off. So I do this on mornings when I shower about once a week because it's expensive. This is a lot, and you could do this not every day, but a couple times a week. I only feel like I need it once a week, and I want to make this box last. I'm already on the last few, so there's that. But you feel like a tingling, and it almost feels like not drying, but definitely tightening, like vitamin C does, brightening, tightening, and lightening if you have dark spots. But I really like this. I feel like it kind of helps my skin if I feel congested. So if I have almost an oily feeling to it, which I normally don't do because I'm dry, but if I'm breaking out or if I feel like there's something going on with my skin, I'll do this. And the next day I feel amazing. Like I had 4 or 5 pimples in really random spots. It must have been hormonal or something, but this kind of cleared them up. I felt them coming, and then I did it that night. The next day they were gone. The redness was gone. I feel like these are really amazing. I really want to try more by Dermadoctor. Also, Woman Doctor, represent. I was kind of excited about that as well. So I think I'll try more of their stuff. Once again, maybe I'll let you know about it. Okay, the next, this is an essence toner kind of thing. I don't know. I'm dry. That's what I'm trying to say, but I'm distracted by my crazy cats. But I have dry skin, and I feel like even a serum, sometimes it won't go deep enough. And so I tried this. I was told to try an essence toner. I don't know, like I think Korean Beauty was the one who came up with the essence to make it go deeper. And so I was like, hey, let's try this. If I'm spending money on a serum, I want it to fully work. So it's the Mico. I think it's Mico raw sauce, and I love this stuff. I know it has a teeny bit of alcohol in it for, I think, sterilization, but it's supposed to be, what is it called? It's maple water. That's what it is. So this is mostly maple water. It feels like water. It feels like sticky water. It's extremely thin. I just put it on my face, and it goes a long way. I put it into my hands because I don't want to miss any, and I rub it into my face, into my neck, into my chest, into my hands, all things that get very, very dry. And I feel like it feels sticky for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I love that feeling because I feel like it's kind of sitting on my skin and then it goes into my skin. I love this stuff. I don't know why I love this stuff. It's in a huge glass-ish bottle. Like, I feel like I could kill someone with this. Like, if there's a guy who comes in trying to kill me in the middle of the night, I'm going to go for this. That's a little bit dramatic, but that's kind of how I feel. It's just, it feels good. It feels thick. The packaging is great. I've had this bottle for I think 4 or 5 months, and I'm about halfway through, and I use a lot every night. So I think this guy is worth it. I think it's beautiful. I love it, and I would try it if you're dry or maybe even oily. I feel like this isn't thick. I feel like it's hydrating without being overbearing. So I would give it a try. My last skincare item is sheet masks, basically. I'm obsessed with sheet masks. I got them for Christmas, like quite a few of them. I buy them for myself. If there's a sale, I'll kind of stock up. I love sheet masks. Once again, I'm dry, but even when I was oily, I feel like starting sheet masks helped me. This is the one that I use more than any other. I just really like it for the most part. It's the Aqua Ringer by Leaders. Let me see. It makes me feel really sticky afterwards. So I put it on for about 15-20 minutes after I do my serum, and it makes me feel really, really sticky and kind of gross, and I feel like I shouldn't touch anybody afterwards. But then the next day, I feel so refreshed. My under eyes recently get really dry, and it comes right up in there. I don't know why. I feel like either I have big eyes or the eye holes are just really small, but it helps my under eyes, I've noticed. Helps my concealer lay better. So I really like this one. I do like a lot of other ones, but this is the only one that I thought to actually put in here. I think it's like $7 for one. I don't know off the top of my head, but I don't know. I like it. I'll try to use about 2 of these a week. That's a lot of dollars, but I feel like people are always like, hey girl, what are you doing with your face? And this is one of the things I'll tell them because sheet masks are amazing. Also, I like looking like a crazy person and scaring my cats with my scary face. Okay, I had like 4 things left. I'm sorry, you just have to deal with it. Maybe not 4, I can't really see into my fabulous box. But let's go on to hair. So in case you haven't noticed, I have a lot of hair. It's pretty long. I just cut a few inches off because it was getting a little bit dead. It goes about an inch past my boobs, which are right here. But yeah, there's a lot of it. I have naturally blonde hair. I've never dyed it. This is actually pretty dark for my hair right now. In the summer, it'll get a little bit lighter, and then it'll grow out, and then it'll get darker because it's winter. But because it's kind of lighter, there's not a lot of pigment, there's not a lot of health to it, it gets really dry on the ends. Like these little ends, they struggle. So one of my hairdressers, I have a few because I just go to the same place and I'm friends with them, so whoever's free just does my hair. But they recommended this to me because I have very, very dry hair. I have dry everything. It's a mess. But it's Macadamia Professional, their weightless moisture mask. It's the hydrating legger. I don't know. They say this one is for baby fine to fine hair. Apparently that's what I have. I have a lot of it, but it's pretty thin hair, and they said anything more might make me pretty greasy. So I am actually to the bottom of this. Like, I don't normally go through hair products this quickly. I mean, I have a lot of hair, but I try to stretch out how much I use, at least shampoo and conditioner. But this stuff is amazing. I don't really like the smell of it. It doesn't smell bad. Like, it does not smell bad at all. And I like the smell of it in the pot, but I feel like I don't like the smell of it in my hair because it's kind of a heavy smell. It's very nutty, and it smells like sweet nuts. I don't want to say that on YouTube because I feel like that's going to sound a little bit crazy, but it smells like sweet nuts to me. And I don't want my hair to smell like that, but it's worth it because after I shampoo, I'll just, while I shave my legs or just kind of hang out in the shower, I'll put this on and I'll try to keep it on there for about 10 minutes. And then I'll rinse it out and my hair is silk. Like, it's beautiful. I just want to do everything. I just want to touch it and love it and give it everything. But this stuff is amazing. I love it. I deal with the smell. Everybody else that I walk by is like, oh my gosh, what does your hair smell like? And I'll tell them, I don't like it though. I feel like I'm weird, but it's worth it. I put up with the smell because I'll do this twice a week. I've kind of stopped regular conditioning and just doing this instead, and my hair has loved me for it. So I would try this if you have dry hair or if you just want regular hair. They also have the like more intense thick ones. This one really works for me though, and I don't have greasy hair when I use it. So that is good. And I feel like both of these right here are going to be kind of together because they're both by Living Proof. I love Living Proof. I was given this. I've actually been given a few bottles of this because I'm really lucky, and I love it. So this is their PHD, Perfect Hair Day Fresh Cut Split End Mender. And because I have long hair, I have a lot of split ends. I feel like everybody gets split ends really, but this I'll just put like, I'll put about a quarter size. People have been told to use about a dime size, but I have a lot of hair and a lot of split ends. So I'll try this and I'll just rub it around, put it in my hair. I do it when my hair is damp and wet. I think you can do it dry. Yeah, to damp and dry hair. I only do it to wet hair. I don't know why, but it really, like, I feel like it helps a lot. It says that it seals them in seconds. And I feel like I'll have gross split ends, I'll put this in there, and then I'll look at it a couple hours later and be like, oh, where were they? And I mean, of course, it's not perfect. It doesn't get all of them. Like when one of them is really bad, like when I've got a few of them that are a little bit janky. I mean, it's not perfect, but I feel like this really has helped the health of my hair as well. And I've been trying to focus on it because my hair's been dying. It's a little bit dramatic, but I feel like my hair's been struggling recently, and this is one of the things that I've been loving, so I would give it a go. I mean, I think it's worth it. And then the second one is their dry shampoo. I love this stuff. And I actually just started also using their full dry shampoo. It's one for volumizing because my hair is so long. It can be very flat. It's very flat today, if you can't tell. And so this guy is just the best shampoo I've ever used, dry shampoo. I've used a lot of them. I've used Batiste, Not Your Mother's. I've used Dry Bar. I've used quite a few, and this one is just my favorite. It's really expensive, but because my hair is so dry, I don't usually have to do it until the 4th or 5th day, so I'm able to kind of extend it a while, able to justify the price. So I love it. I would give that a go. I'm just telling you to try everything now, like, hey, try my favorites. But I really like anything Living Proof. I want to keep trying more of their stuff because every time I try something, sorry, now I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, not the viewfinder. I'm looking at myself on my laptop screen, and I just feel like now I can't stop staring at myself. But I really, really like this stuff. I think it's just my favorite dry shampoo. The smell is like the clean smell. It's not too overpowering. I just like it. And I have 2 more items. Stick with me. I'm so sorry. And then one of these is nails, one of these is lips, so I'm going to go nails because my nails have also been dying recently. In my job, I have to do a lot of stuff with my hands, and I don't really do much with my nails. I'm trying to get better about it. I'm trying to be the person who paints them, who looks pretty, because, I mean, I love the beauty community, and you would think that I would love nail stuff, but I've never cared. But I'm trying really hard. I have a bunch of different colors, and I'm thinking as soon as they stop breaking, I'll start doing stuff. But that's where this comes in. This helps a lot. This is Butter London Sheer Wisdom Nail Tinted Moisturizer. I couldn't read that. I don't know why. But the way it was explained to me, it's like a CC cream for your face. This is the lightest shade. I don't know. I feel like it makes my nails look a little bit funky, but they feel good. And I know you can't really feel your nails, but they don't break as often. And when I wear it, sometimes people are like, oh, what's that sheen on your nails? And it looks almost like invisible. It looks like there's almost nothing on my nails except a little bit of a sheen. This is shade Fair, but I feel like it has helped having that extra little layer on there that's also moisturizing and lightweight. I feel like it's helped my nails not die quite as soon because I break my nails a lot with my job, like a lot because I use my nails so much. Both these two, they're making a comeback. My bad camera, you can't see, but this one broke like, oh, to the middle. It hurt. It was bleeding. It was gross. Everybody around me was disgusted, but that's a normal thing for me. So This has helped. Also, I put on top of this, no, I put underneath this, and I didn't bring it into this video, but it's the base coat by Butter London. I just like Butter London. They're formaldehyde free. They're not all natural. Obviously, it's a nail polish. It's pretty, not bad chemically, but there's chemicals in it. But I feel like it's a better one. There's no bad chemicals, and I like them. I would give them a try. But this is my last item. It's amazing. I love it. This is the Clarins lip oil. This one is in the honey. I'm planning on getting the other two. This is expensive. This is like $25 for a lip oil, which is insane to me. But I got it one day because my lips were so chapped and I wanted something really, really moisturizing. I just love the smell of it too. It doesn't smell like honey, but it smells good. That's the best I can say, but this stuff is fabulous. It's amazing. It's really, really thick. It has a giant applicator tip. It's insane. They also have a raspberry shade and a cherry shade, and I think another couple, but those are the two that I remember. But this gives me like really thick feeling lips, like not the lips itself, but like what's on it. It feels a little bit sticky and gross and amazing. Like it feels so moisturizing. It doesn't, like if I do that, I'm not wearing it right now, but if I do that, it doesn't feel like there's strands. It just feels like it stays on your lips and doesn't smear around. And I love that, and it'll absorb within a few hours in a good way. And then my lips just feel so good, especially it's wintertime. I have already gone through almost half of this. You can't, oh, you might be able to tell a little bit, but I'm going to get the other two because I've tried the other two and they kind of like, they don't give too much of a sheen to the lip with the color, like one's pinky, one's red, but I just love them. I think they feel perfect on your lips. I want all of them. I want to love them forever. I think I actually learned about them from somebody's favorites video. I don't remember who. I follow a lot of people, but I've been using that for the past few months now, I think since September, and it's my everyday thing. Sometimes I'll wear it to bed when I'm not using my Glam Glow little pot one, but I feel like this is more moisturizing than that one. So this one, if you're looking for lip stuff, is amazing. And I think that is everything. That is my all-time favorites. All-time favorites. So I would say try these things out if I haven't already said it for every single one. I love them all. I think they help my skin or my face or me look pretty or me feel pretty, and that's all that really matters to me. So I would give these guys a go. Thank you for watching. Maybe subscribe. Let's be friends. I'll actually try to do videos. This isn't the best quality, but this is my life and I accept it. So it was nice to meet you guys. Thumbs up. Leave a comment because this is YouTube and I'm supposed to say that after every video. And I hope you have a fabulous 2017. 2016 was a little rough in a lot of ways, and you know what? I think we're going to make it. But have a fabulous day, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye!